Have you ever wondered what it takes to completely disconnect from the power company? Well, today I'm taking you on a tour of my latest installation. This was done at my cousin's house. After making the switch to solar, he's now completely off the grid and no longer depends on JPS for his daily electricity. We'll take a look at the solar panels, the inverter, the battery bank, and I'll explain some of the features that make this system work so well. I'll also point out a few important things that anyone planning a solar installation should know before buying equipment. If you're interested in building your own solar system, this video is for you. Let's get started. Let's begin with the solar array. This system uses 6 630 watt bifacial solar panels, giving a total of 3,780 watts of solar generation. They're wired in series and feed directly into the inverter. One thing I like about using large panels like these is that you can achieve a lot of power using fewer panels, which helps simplify the installation. Since these are bifacial panels, they can also capture reflected sunlight from the rear under the right conditions, helping to improve energy production. At the time of installation, these panels cost about 17,500 Jamaican dollars or 109 US dollars, bringing the total investment in solar panels to roughly 105,000 Jamaican dollars or 656 US dollars. I think that's excellent value for 3.78 kilowatts of solar generation. Now let's look at the heart of the system. This is the SRNE ABP 6500 watt split phase hybrid inverter. It produces 6,500 watts of continuous AC output, making it capable of running most household loads with ease. Like most high-quality hybrid inverters, it can also deliver a high surge output for a short period to help start appliances such as refrigerators, water pumps, and the motors that require extra power during startup. Another feature I really like is that this inverter comes with integrated DC and AC protection breakers already built in, along with an automatic transfer switch. Because these protections are built in the inverter, my cousin decided he didn't want any additional external AC breaker box. It keeps the installation neat while still providing the protection the inverter was designed with. I, however, prefer to add external breakers just to be on the safe side. This inverter also supports up to 6 compatible units in parallel, making it suitable for much larger homes or even commercial applications if your energy needs grow in the future. One of the biggest advantages is the solar capacity. Even though the system currently has 3,780 watts of panels connected, the inverter can accept up to 10,000 watts of PV input, leaving plenty of room for expansion later. It also has 2 independent MPPTs. If you are new to solar, MPPT stands for Maximum Power Point Tracking. Think of it as the inverter constantly adjusting itself to extract the maximum power from the solar panels. Having 2 MPPTs means you can connect 2 separate groups of panels, perhaps facing different directions or experiencing different shading, and the inverter can optimize each group independently for better energy production. Also, if you have like mismatched panels, like older panels, you can put it on the other MPPT. Another important specification is the maximum PV input current, which is 18 amps per MPPT. It's important to match both the voltage and current of your solar array to what the inverter is designed to handle. Installing panels without checking these specifications can lead to reduced performance, inverter faults, or even equipment damage if the manufacturer's limits are exceeded. At the time of installation, the inverter costs approximately 185,000 Jamaican dollars or 1,156 US dollars, which I think offers excellent value considering all the features built into it. Powering this system is a 10 kilowatt hour SRNE lithium battery, the same capacity battery that I use on my own solar setup. This battery stores the excess solar energy produced during the day, allowing the home to continue running long after the sun goes down. It costs approximately 330,000 Jamaican dollars or 2,100 US dollars, making it the single largest investment in the entire system, but also one of the most important. So far, the performance has been excellent. Even after powering the home throughout the night, the lowest state of charge I've personally seen while monitoring the battery remotely through the app is around 50% just before sunrise. That tells me the system is comfortably meeting my cousin's daily energy needs while still maintaining a healthy energy reserve, which is exactly what you want from a properly designed solar system. The only thing I added was this enclosure containing a 20 amp DC breaker. This serves as the solar disconnect. If maintenance ever needs to be performed on the inverter, I can safely isolate the solar panels before working on the equipment. It's a relatively inexpensive addition, but one that adds another level of convenience and safety. One thing I really like is that my cousin isn't even using the inverter's full solar capacity yet. Right now, the system has 3,780 watts of panels connected, but the inverter is capable of accepting much more. That leaves plenty of room for expansion later without replacing the inverter. Planning ahead like this can save a lot of money in the future. So how has this system been performing? Honestly, it's been doing great. During the all-island blackout the other day, he was the only one with power in his neighborhood. My cousin is now completely off the grid and no longer relies on JPS for his everyday electricity. This entire installation costs somewhere in the neighborhood of about 630,000 to 650,000 Jamaican dollars, which is roughly around 4,000 US dollars. Considering what it provides, energy independence, backup power, room for future expansion, and freedom from monthly electricity bills, I think it's a very solid investment. And 90% of the equipment shown here today was purchased from Enersave Energy Solutions, so you can check them out. This is another example showing that homeowners here in Jamaica can successfully build reliable off-grid solar systems when they are properly planned and installed. If you're considering going solar yourself, hopefully this tour has given you a better idea of what's involved and what to look for when choosing equipment. If you'd like me to feature more real solar installations here in Jamaica, let me know in the comments. I have access to several different systems and I'll be happy to show you how they compare. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment below letting me know what you'd like me to cover next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.